Hello Dr. Mashita, we are from Group 3 and we are going to present our group project now. I am now proudly introduce my political party and my party's members. Our political party name is Women United Nations and we are the rulers of the Euphora state. Now, I will introduce each member one by one now. The Prime Minister is me, Chang Yong-wei. Secondly, the Domestic Minister is Hariharan. Next, the Economy Minister is Kishira, while the Foreign Affairs Minister is Noor Attia. Overall, in this slide, we are showing you how we govern the Euphora state. Hello Dr. Mashita, I am Chang Yong-wei and my matrix number is 277920. I will start present about the locations and demography. For your information, the name of the state is Euphora State and the name of the capital city is Euphora City. As you can see in this slide, we had provided the map of the Euphora State. Next, I'm going to present about the history of Euphora State. Euphora State is situated on a strategic sea road that connects it to the international trade with neighboring countries. Before becoming a new state, Euphora is surrounded mostly by land and rich of plantations, especially palm oil. Well, the demography of Euphoria are represented by the multiple races that exist in this country. Euphoria is formed by over 50 million of populations and majority of the populations are between 18 to 45 years old. 55% of the populations of Euphoria are women and the rest 45% of populations are men. Next, I'm going to present about the political system and ideology of Euphoria State. The type of political system of Euphora State is democratic system. There are three reasons why Euphora State is using democratic system. The first reason is to give more rights, opportunity, and freedom for the peoples to choose their ideal representative to lead the country. Democracies give citizens a chance to become personally involved with their government. The second reason is because the structure of democracy encourages equality in a positive way. At an elections, the framework of the democracy gives each vote equal weight. When registering for this procedure, each individual has the opportunity to cast a ballot without prejudice, having an opinion that is independent of their social or economic standing. The third reason is because democracies usually grow faster economically than other forms of government. The liberty provided by democratic institutions encourages the general public to choose whatever outcome they choose. In this slide, I will present about the political ideologies of Euphora State. Political ideologies help in the enhancement of the basic philosophy of a community. It enables the analysis of the definitions of their existence and gives them a medium to work upon their planning of developments. The first political ideologies of Euphora State is feminism, attempts for economic, social, and political freedom for women. It also addresses women issues, including abortion rights. The second political ideologies of Euphora State is gender theory is concerned with men's and women's views about their roles in society, as well as their rights and duties. The third political ideologies of Euphora State is equality of opportunity is an agenda that seeks to abolish prejudice based on age, gender, ethnicity, national origins, faith, and disability. Next, this slide is about the constitutions of Euphora State. The federal constitutions of Euphoria consist of numerous constitutions. The first one, no one's life or personal liberty can be taken away unless in compliance with the law. The second one, no one may be subjected to slavery. The third one, ensure that all people are legally equal and are treated fairly rights under it. The fourth one, freedom of speech and right to assemble calmly. The fifth one, the executive, legislative, and judiciary powers are separated. None of them can intervene each other. Furthermore, any individual has the freedom to practice his or her own religions. There are three main languages in Euphora State, which are Bahasa Melayu, Bahasa Cina, and Bahasa Tamil. And lastly, everybody has the right to teach, study, and practice other languages. Next is about the process of creating constitutions of Euphora States. All the bill must be amended by 2/3 absolute majority votes. Firstly, the ministry draft law, along with its priorities, will be forwarded to the Prosecutor General's departments for drafting. If it is approved or not, the minister may send it to the cabinet for approval. The legislative secretary will be notified by the ministry. The minister can read the title of the bill in questions in parliament. There is no debate in this stage. Once the bill has been printed and delivered to all members of the lower house and upper house, it is debated whether or not it should be revised. There will be a referendum to oppose or approve the proposal. Following the conclusions of the discussion at that stage, the bill was referred to a committee of the whole house. At the moment, the house had evolved into a full-fledged whole committee. The bill was thoroughly addressed. The minister informs the council of the results of the study. The voting will be carried out. It will be conducted in the upper and lower house. The bill that has been passed will be sent to the Prime Minister for acceptance. Before a bill may be implemented, it must be enacted in the government journal. The people who would be involved in the formulations of constitutions of Euphora States are the members of parliament in the lower and upper house, but only the lower house members are allowed to reject a draft bill. There are two approaches in the parliament to vote on a policy presented. First one is vote depending on a member of parliament's votes. Secondly, divisible votes. This method needs the counting of each elected representative votes separately.
Good day to Dr. Mashita and my fellow friends. My name is Hariharan. Metric number is 278993. I would like to present the question number 4. Our national interest is to pursue an independent principle and pragmatic foreign policy. It may found on the value of peace, humanity, justice, and equality. The step that we take to ensure justice, liberty, equality, and welfare for all of the Euphoria's population. There are 4 steps, which is step number 1, to ensure political equality by giving equal voting rights to every citizen. The second step is democracy provides suitable environment for group activism, which leads to equal opportunity to raise the concerns of poor people. The third step is to support the redistributive mechanism for transferring economic benefits on the basis of requirement of any section of society. This leads to more equitable division of benefits to underprivileged, which reduces poverty. And the last step is to protect the rights of every citizen without discrimination based on the economic status, ensuring social equality. Next, we will maintain the harmony of societies with different ethnicities and religions by 3 principles, which is the first principle is multiculturalism. Euphoria different ethnic groups coming together as one united people without giving up their cultural heritage or beliefs. The second principle is secularism. Backed by the rule of the law, the state is secular but not against religion. Everyone has right to practice their own religion. The third principle is meritocracy. Opportunities are based on individual merit and performance without bias to any race, creed or social economic backgrounds. The 3 policies of law our government to introduce, which is the first policy is culture and society, which include abortion, arts and civil rights. The second policy is economic affairs, which include budget and taxes. The third policy is education, which include elementary and secondary, including the higher education. Thank you.
Good day, Doctor. I'm Kishira Satis with the matrix number of 278243. We'll be presenting on economic system of Euphoria. First one is type of economic policy. Euphoria's economic policy is the labor supply policy. The aim of this policy is to utilize the local workers, especially in the agricultural sector. In this context, education on agriculture should be given for minimum cost. Furthermore, women should be exposed with the agricultural knowledge, as during this globalization era, manpower has been replaced by the machines. So woman is eligible to work as it is supported by the technology. Next is a way to increase the state's revenue and economic growth. The first one is renewable energy from agricultural waste. Energy consumption increased when the population increased around the world. So agricultural crops such as paddy rice, sugarcane and palm oil can be used to generate energy. The second one is to build up an industry related to agricultural supply. We can use the main resources, which is agriculture, to generate income. The higher availability of raw materials make the industry stronger, and higher production will lead to the increasement of import, which generates a huge income for the state.
Assalamualaikum and good day to Dr. Mashita and my fellow friends. My name is Nur Atia binti Kamil and my matrix number is 278679. Now I would like to present about euphoria, foreign policy and international affairs. How will us deal with our neighboring countries? Euphoria will deal with our neighboring countries through three different ways, which is first, through democracy. With the formation and preservation of a formal relationship between countries, it will regulate our interaction on many issues. It will formalize our relationship with neighboring countries by sharing our ambassadors. It will represent our countries to the neighboring country, and with this ambassador, it will formalize our bilateral relationship with our neighboring countries. Second, we will have a balanced trade. This is a relationship between countries' inflow and outflow. It is formed by we will sell our goods and service to the other country. For example, we will sell our goods such as our agriculture product like palm oil and our manufacturing service to our neighboring country, and in return we will use their port service and buy their fishing products. The third way is we will have a cooperation in the social sector. The purpose of social and cultural cooperation between countries is to create a harmony and common progress in social sector. For example, the field of social development, which is in cooperation in the social, economic and cultural development, is in order to increase our social justice and improve our living standard of the community. This is also emphasize the well-being of the low-income groups and the expansion of employment opportunities, as well as a fair payment of wages. How will us protect our state sovereignty and territory from external threats? The way of euphoria protect the sovereignty and territory of our state from external threats are by having a close ties with our neighboring countries. We will facilitate the peace negotiation process. Through the process, a peaceful negotiation will be made between two parties that involve. This consultation will be made by discussing and subsequently resolving problems that actually exist without having any disagreement with other country. Second, we will adopt a good natural policy. From the policy, not only we can get many good alliances from other states, also we can widen our country's economy through our export of our product. Not only that, it will help our country to have a peaceful negotiation. Third is us joining the United Nations. Other states will recognize us as a sovereign state, and it made impossible for other states to invade our country, as our state sovereignty has been already approved and or recognized by other sovereign states in the world. UN is a body that helps in maintaining the peace and security among its member and country in need. By joining this UN, our country will be able to develop a good relationship with other nations. That's all from me. Thank you.
That's all from our group presentations. Thank you for listening.